Hi Stampers, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. Welcome to our October Papercraft Collective tutorial bundle, where we are using the Traditions of Christmas Mega Suite. And by a Mega Suite, I mean there are 2 bundles that go into this suite. And I'm using just one of them. I'm using the Traditional Labels bundle. And I think you're going to like the card I came up with, which is a Joy Fold card with a gift card pocket on the inside. So let's get started and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, as I said, I'm using the Traditional Labels, which is one of the bundles that's in our suite. And then I'm also using the Traditions of Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper. So to get started, we're going to need the card base. And so this is 10.5 by 4 1/4. We're going to score this at 2 1/4 and then 5 inch, and it's 10.5 long. Okay, and then I have a layer of old olive that I'm going to use for matting. And you don't have to use the matting layer because they are 1/8 of an inch. So you could skip this if you wanted to make it simpler, but I liked the additional pop of color. So this old olive is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have one for the front, which is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And then this one for the inside is 2 1/8 by 4 1/8, and that would go right here. As I said, those pieces are optional. You will need the rest of them. For my Joy Fold card, this is 8.5 by 2 3/4, scored at 4 1/4. To go on the inside of that is a piece of basic white, 4 inches by 2.5. And then I have the outside of that is going to be the same, 4 inches by 2.5. For the front of the card, I have this piece of Designer Series paper that is 2.5 by 4. And then to go on the inside for our gift card pocket is 2 inches by 4 inches. Again, that's going to go here. And if you wanted to, you could actually even cut this off. If your card's not going to include a gift card, this is an option you could take off. Okay, and then the inside, of course, 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and get started just getting some pieces out of the way. Oh, and I did die cut these 2 pieces here out of gold foil and basic white using the Traditional Labels dies. I used this one right here. So I always like to get started by just getting pieces kind of glued together because it gives me less on my desk to have to worry about getting lost. I often say there's something about turning that camera on that makes things go all wacky. I'm also going to burnish this again, just so it's got a good fold on it. And if the little tiny borders are hard for you to work with, then I would recommend liquid glue because it gives you a little more wiggle time. Okay, that's that piece. Now I'm going to punch this through with a 1-inch circle punch. And it's going to be a little bit difficult to go through all 3 layers. I mean, it does it, but it takes a little extra oomph. So what you could do is punch out just the 1 layer of the red and then lay these other pieces on top of it and make a pencil mark here where the notch would be. And then you can do it that way, do them one at a time, or you can use a die. That, of course, would work as well. I'm going to go ahead and stick my circle punch onto the table at my 1-inch punch, and I'm going to press down. See, and that gives me a little more leverage, giving me more strength than just trying to do it in my hand by myself. Okay. A few more pieces of designer series paper and cardstock to get onto our base, and then we'll get ready to do some stamping. Now this, I did not do the extra layer of olive on there, but you totally could if you wanted to. You could maybe even do the matte in gold. That would be pretty. Okay, I'm not going to adhere this quite yet because I like to do my stamping before I adhere. In case there's a boo-boo, I can flip this over and stamp on the other side. We always say that paper has 2 sides for a reason. I'm going to be using Old Olive ink, and I had mounted the Merry Christmas on my block, and I used my grid lines to lay the words down so that I could make sure that they were straight, and then I aligned the block over it, making sure that was straight, and then I'm going to align my paper on the grid paper as well. So all of that lining up with the grid paper should ensure that I'm nice and straight. I will often recommend too that maybe you want to have some piece of colored paper underneath if it's white on white, just so you know a little better about where you're going. Can you see how much better I can position whether that's in the middle or not with the color difference underneath? Okay, and then I'm going to come in with this one here. And you want to take a look because I don't know if you can see that, but it's not quite lining up the way I'd like it to. So I flipped it over, and this way it actually lines up better. So number 1, you want to stand up and look straight down from the top. My looking at a bit of an angle here could make it so that I am not straight. And then make sure that your orientation, that your little swoops, they're not mirrored, I guess I want to say. So you want to make sure you have that straight. I have the little notches on the bottom on my left side. So I don't know if that helps you get a better alignment, but the alignment is important. And then I'm going to take this second one that I had cut out of the gold foil, and I'm actually going to cut this right down the middle between this like flagged end over here. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come from this little notch, but come out in the center of my flag so that I have 2 pieces. Then I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I'm going to put just a little bit of liquid glue on the very edge of this. Ooh, and once again, I want to make sure I've got my little hash marks on the bottom on my left side, and I do. So that's going to ensure the swoops are going the same direction so that I can set this right underneath. Oops. Again, that liquid glue is giving me a little bit of wiggle time so I can make sure that that is lined up exactly. And then if I did get any of the liquid glue, like I did here on my base, I didn't intend to, I can use this adhesive remover. I don't know if you can see that, but just by rubbing this little thing against the cardstock, it's actually removing that excess adhesive that I didn't want there. And if it's not sticky anymore, but if it was at all sticky and you didn't want it to be, using your embossing buddy would be a good choice there too. Okay, to create my pocket, I'm going to use some Terran tape, and I'm going to get this as close as I can to the edge, giving me the maximum amount of room for my actual gift card. If you don't have long fingernails, the Take Your Pick tool is excellent for picking up the end of this and helping you remove it. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to center this overall in my interior of the card. And then the interior sentiment here. So this is the Joy Fold card, and that they interlock like that. And then I wanted the sentiment to go on the front, but I wanted a little extra something. So what I did was I took a couple of the Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to position them on the back. Then I'm going to take the gold twisted thread. So what I want to do is, in the middle here, I'm going to start out with a little bit of it hanging out, and then I'm going to make a loop at the top and come back to that. Another loop at the bottom and come back. And just repeat this till I have 2 loops, top and bottom, with the little tail. Okay, and that's going to make it come out from behind. And then if I wanted to, I could put a little more adhesive here, maybe a glue dot. Just to be sure. And I could have actually put glue dots here and have it come out, you know, and not be on my Stampin' Dimensional, but I just wanted to show you how you make the loops by connecting them on the back like that. Okay, and then I'm going to arrange this on the front of my Joy Fold card. A little more adhesive. I do have these on my website under the products I recommend section on my website. Craft Room Favorites, I believe it's called on the menu, but it just links you over to Amazon. And then the last thing to do is add a few little embellishments. So you can choose to use the silver dots that came in the set, or I have some actual gold sequins that are adhesive backed, but we currently have loose gold sequins in the catalog that would work just as well. Let's see, where do I want to put this? Okay, so there we go. There is our Joy Fold gift card holder Christmas card using the Traditional Labels bundle from the Traditions of Christmas suite. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this month's tutorial and that you come back next month for our next tutorial. Thank you so much. Bye.